Hello everyone, happy weekend. I hope you enjoyed the month of March that just ended. I give thanks to God for a wonderful month. So let's get down to what the previous week that just ended, the last week of the month of March, what news events and what did price do. Usually the last month of the week, price action is a bit wonky, a bit choppy. And, as you can see, there's a whole lot of news events for the previous week that just ended, the last week of the month. Monday, we have a whole lot of news on Monday. So I was doing nothing on Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was active on the charts looking for trading opportunities. I had one on Thursday, but it didn't work out. It didn't go as I would want price to deliver for me, but we'll see that when we get to the price action of the week. So for the new week, for the month of April, so what do we have for the new week about to commence? Monday, Euro news. Tuesday, news on AUD and USD. So every first week of the month will be NFP week. As you can see, we have non-farm payroll, employment change, and unemployment rate. So every first Friday of the month is NFP. So this week will be a crucial week for the month of April, though I will not be participating in any of today's because I will be off for the week, personal reasons. So this is what we have for the new week for April. So non-farm payroll week will be a crazy week for sure. So let's dive into price and see what dollar, gold, Bitcoin, GU, and EU. How did all these news events affect price? So let's head down to the charts and see. Here we are. This is the dollar chart for the daily time frame. Each candles in this time frame represents a day of trading, as you can see. So this is the price action for the previous week that just ended. You can see how the weeks of the candles, long week, another week, another week, another week down here another week. You can see all these tails that is coming out from the bodies of the candle. They're called wicks. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, Thursday, and this is Friday. So dollar was, as from the previous video, for sizing on this fair value gap, right? Wanting to see price use this fair value gap as what support to go higher. Yeah, this fair value gap from this candle's low and this candle's high. I was interested on seeing dollar use this fair value gap as support to go higher and filling this huge fair value gap right here. But it's the fourth week of the month, and as you can see how wonky or how choppy price is. Monday found support in this fair value gap, Tuesday also, Wednesday also. Then look at what Wednesday did. Find resistance in this fair value gap, but this fair value gap is not from this time frame. As you can see, there's no separations of any candles right here. This is where the fair value gap came from. The weekly time frame. The weekly time frame. This fair value gap, this gap here, this candle's high and this candle's low, was what this rectangular box was indicating on the daily time frame. As you can see, the way price hits the fair value gap, can you see the reaction from it? Price melted down. Look at the weekly candle for the fourth week of March. This is the third week, second week, first week. This is the weekly time frame. So each candles in this time frame represents a week worth of trading. Yeah. So this is the daily time frame. As you can see, Wednesday found resistance from the weekly fair value gap. So I was anticipating this fair value gap not to hold price, as you can see how this candle is bigger than this one, this candle kind of engulfed this one and this one. So I was expecting Thursday to fill in this gap, and Friday as well. But look at what Thursday did. Traded down. So in here I was looking for buys, sorry, I was looking for sales on GU, EU, gold as well. But you can see what dollar did. Invalidates the idea of me wanting a bullish price action for Thursday. Closed in a bearish down close candle, completely overlaps Wednesday's trading range, takes out Wednesday's high, Wednesday's low. Then look at what Friday did. I was hoping maybe Friday would gain some support from this fair value gap and go higher, but look at what Friday did. Friday opened, traded up, then closed below. Why? Because the dollar is weak. The dollar is weak as fuck. Excuse my language. The dollar is weak, yeah, after finding resistance from this fair value gap from the weekly time frame. We had Thursday being bearish, Wednesday being bearish on the dollar as well. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame and see what price did. Let me take this off. Now this red rectangular box is a fair value gap from the 4-hour time frame. Let me say, remember this weekly fair value gap from the weekly time frame. So when we arrive at the 4-hour time frame, so each time frame might have its own imbalance. So you can see how the two blend with each other, yeah, the 4-hour and the weekly fair value gap. So this is a rich area for price to find resistance from and trade lower. But I was expecting another run into this fair value gap from the 4-hour time frame. But as you can see, what are the rules of the fair value gap when bearish? You want to see price stay at the lower half of the fair value gap you want to trade from. So let's say this candle was to close above the midpoint of this fair value gap, closing here. Let's say this candle was bullish and closed like this, then it would have been appropriate for me to use this fair value gap as support to go higher, yeah. So as you can see, price hits the fair value gap on Wednesday, found resistance from it, started to chop, consolidate, goes up again. There's a fair value gap right here. This candles, let me take this off. This candle's high and this candle's high and this candle's low. There's a fair value gap right there. Now you can see how price came into the fair value gap on Friday and what? This place lower, trading back into this daily fair value gap from the daily time frame. Yeah. So let's head down to the 1-hour time frame and see what price did. More candles. You can see it's a bit pronounced here, a bit clear. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah. Price hits the fair value gap on Wednesday, then started to trade lower, taking out Wednesday's low, Tuesday's low. You can see how the week started off from Monday. Tuesday takes up Monday's high, tries to go down, but found support inside that daily fair value gap, right? The midpoint of it was holding price. Why? Because there was an imbalance on the 4-hour time frame for price to reprice into. So I was hoping price would use this 4-hour fair value gap as a support to go higher, but that was not the case. Price trade lower, found support inside this 4-hour fair value gap. Remember that 4-hour fair value gap? It aligns with this 1-hour fair value gap right here. This candle's low, this candle's high. What did price do? Look at the bodies of the candle. Yeah, zoom in. Zoom in on this. Zoom in on this. Look at the bodies of the candle. Do not mind the wicks. Look at the bodies of the candle. Why? The bodies will tell you the story, then the wicks will do the damage. Yeah. So you see, price was staying inside, was staying at the lower half of the fair value gap here. Same thing here with Friday. You can see the reaction from the fair value gap. Yeah. It's on me. So that was what dollar did for the 4th week of the month. You can see how it's not really clean price action. You can see muddy. So Thursday I was looking for buys, a price to continue its move into this fair value gap, but as you can see, price trade lower. So what am I expecting for NFP week? Although I will not be engaging price action for that week, since the dollar has reacted from the weekly fair value gap. So I want to see what price will do with this fair value gap. If we're going to use it as resistance to go lower, then I think these lows will be taken off, or price will just start consolidating again. So this fair value gap will give me the narrative for NFP week if I was going to be indulging it. So if price were to do this, okay, from this fair value gap, that will be cool. But if price finds resist support from it, then I want to see this weekly fair value gap act as what? As support for price to where? Go higher or go lower. So whatever plays out on price, this fair value gap will be my focus. What price we want to do with it. Yeah, mind you, dollar is bearish, so looking for longs there will be some risk involved. Yeah, so that will be that for dollar. Dollar is a bit wonky for the week. Now let's head to euro. This is euro USD. You remember this fair value gap from the previous video? I was watching price. I want to see what price will do since euro has taken out its November highs, dollar has taken out its November's low. You can see how euro traded into this fair value gap that I annotated before in the previous video. I was saying price, I want to see price draw into this fair value gap, which it did on Wednesday, and Thursday found support and traded higher. Look what Friday did, traded higher into the fair value gap again. This is Monday. Monday found resistance from the midpoint of the fair value gap. Tuesday found resistance from the low of the fair value gap. Okay. Then Wednesday dipped into this huge fair value gap from the daily time frame. Thursday up and Friday up. Let's head down to the 4-hour time frame and see what price did. With the daily time frame, there's a 4-hour fair value gap as well. Excuse me. So you can see how price dipped into the fair value gap from the daily and the 4-hour time frame. Remember how dollar traded into its 4-hour fair value gap and its own weekly fair value gap. Same thing with euro. Euro traded into the 4-hour fair value gap and also the daily fair value gap. So two fair value gaps converging, that would be a strong support area for price to bounce off of. That was what euro did. Bounces off the 4-hour fair value gap, tries to go higher, retraced down again and went higher with Friday's price action. Can you see how muddy the price action is? It's up, down, up, down, up. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame for more pronounced price moves and what the weekly did. So this is Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday, this Thursday, and this is Friday. Now, which day would you like to be involved in if you were to look for any type of trades on Euro USD? Which day would you love to position yourself to look for trades? Friday, right? That more pronounced move on Euro on Friday. I wasn't trading Euro for the week. I got my eyes set on GU. So you can see what Euro did on Monday. This is Monday. Monday found resistance from the midpoint of the daily fair value gap, traded lower, taking out previous week's low. That was this blue line. You can see PWL. PWL means previous week low. Then Tuesday opened up, takes out Monday's low, tried to go higher, but found resistance at the low end of the daily fair value gap, right? Traded lower. Wednesday opens up, found resistance at the previous week's low price. You can see how price came into it, consolidated, and dropped lower. Where was price going? Into the daily and the 4 hour fair value gap, right? And Thursday, you can see what Thursday did. Thursday opened, found resistance at where the upper half of both the 4 hour fair value gap, and there's another 4 hour fair value gap again. Let me show you guys that one. This candle's low, this candle's high. Yeah, so that was where Friday traded to, found support, and what did Friday do? Traded higher, taking out Thursday's low, so taking out Thursday's high and taking out Tuesday's high, because Thursday takes out Wednesday's high. Let me put Wednesday's high. Wednesday's high is not notated yet. Wednesday high. I do not want this video to be lengthy. Just fast pace this shit down. So this Wednesday's highs was taken by Thursday, and Friday took up Thursday and Tuesday's highs. So yeah, so that was how Euro ended the week. You can see how choppy the price action is, right? Only Friday gave a pronounced price move for expansion. Yeah. So what am I expecting for Euro for the NFP week? Now, this fair value gap, this huge fair value gap, price just came into it. So I'd love to see price fill in this fair value gap only if the dollar gains its strength and start pushing higher. Then I want to see Euro go lower. But if Euro would want to resume its bullish move, because the Euro has been bullish, yeah, so I want to see price use this fair value gap as support to go here, to go higher and take out this high. So this high will be the high for March, as we're about to enter the new month. So this will be the high for March. Let me annotate that. March highs 25. So I'll be watching here, and this fair value gap, this one as well. Resistance will take us lower, support will take us higher. So that for euro. Bitcoin, bro. Everybody is anticipating Bitcoin to go higher, but Bitcoin does not want to go higher, bro. So as you can see, how I was wanting Bitcoin to use this fair value gap as what a support to go higher. Initially we got that on Monday, Tuesday consolidated, Wednesday consolidated inside this red fair value gap, Thursday consolidated. You can see how small the candles are. Then Friday gave up the ghost and found resistance at this fair value gap, crashes down into this previous fair value gap from here. So what am I expecting for Bitcoin for the new week? Since Bitcoin is bearish, I think all these lows, you can see this low, this low, this low, Bitcoin would like to go down. Why? Because even though the dollar was bearish on Thursday and Friday, you can see Bitcoin could not find its foothold and using this fair value gap as support to go higher. Instead, Friday traded lower. Funny, right? So April will be an interesting month for Bitcoin, euro, gold, and that's that on next month's price action. You can see how muddy, see, for price to the lower after taking out previous week high. Price consolidated, tried to go up once, tried to go up again, could not, slam down, tried to go up, slams down, tried to go up, down. So the fair value gap was resisting price, then Bitcoin gave up the ghost and traded lower. You can see this. Look at this delivery, bro. You can see how price traded into this fair value gap from the 4-hour time frame, then just crash lower into the daily fair value gap again. So the 1-hour time frame, pretty much the same thing with a little more candles. Yeah, this is the fair value gap I was annotating on the 4-hour time frame. So as you can see, it's Friday. So this is Bitcoin for the 4th week. As you can see, 4th week caution. Look at Monday, look at Tuesday, look at Wednesday, look at Thursday, and Friday. Finally get the expansion for the week. After Monday, with the opening of the week on Sunday, price rallied up aggressively, taking out previous week high, then traded up, down, up, down, up, down, and crashed. So week 4, 4th week of the month, production is a bit wonky. Price action is a bit wonky. You can see how price was focused on daily lows instead of daily highs. Tuesday low was taken, Wednesday's low was taken, Thursday's low was taken. Was Tuesday's high taken? Was Wednesday's high taken? Was Thursday's high taken? Was Thursday's high taken? No. Tuesday's low was taken, Wednesday's lows was taken, Thursday's lows was taken, and price give up the ghost, traded lower. So on Bitcoin, honestly, right now on Bitcoin, I have no idea where price wants to go, but I know Bitcoin is bearish from this reaction from this fair value gap. For it to continue the move, these lows, then this low will be March low. Since March low takes out February lows, yeah, so this will be the low for March, and this will be the high for March. So that's about that on Bitcoin. Let's head down to gold. Wi-Fi is a bit crazy. Okay, pound was trash. Pound didn't engage this fair value gap. Call Monday did up, Tuesday, Wednesday traded lower, take out some lows, takes out Friday's lows, previous week low on Friday, Monday's lows, Tuesday's lows were taken, and Thursday I was hoping Thursday would go into this fair value gap, traded lower, but nah, look at what price did, traded higher instead on Thursday. Why? The dollar was being bearish on what day? On Thursday and Friday. So as you can see, price traded higher on Thursday and Friday, just consolidated. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame and see what price did in an expensive way. So yeah, as you can see, I was looking for lower prices on GU Tuesday. See, with a wonky price action. So this is Monday, this Tuesday could not take out Monday's high, instead traded lower, takes out the previous week low. It's Wednesday's price action, price turns around, Thursday traded higher, takes out Tuesday's low, Wednesday's highs was taken, Monday's highs was taken, dipped into the fair value gap from the 4 hour time frame. Let me show you guys that. So this is the fair value gap from the 4 hour time frame that GU traded into on Thursday. Then consolidated Friday. So that was that on GU. There's really nothing to talk about on GU right now. GU is consolidating. It's on a range. It's in a range. So whatever GU wants to do, if it's come down and find support in the fair value gap before we go higher and take out November highs, okay. If it's to go lower than that fair value gap right here, okay. So whatever price we want to do on GU with the NFP week, we'll see. So let's head down to gold and wrap this up. Gold was the only clean asset for the week. Why? Because gold found support inside this daily fair value gap and repriced higher. This is Monday, this is Tuesday. Look at the bodies of the candle, all staying at the upper half of the fair value gap. Right, let's zoom this and see. You can see the bodies here, staying just at the midpoint of the fair value gap. Tries to go up on Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, with the dollar being what? Bearish on Thursday and Friday. What did gold do? See how gold capitalized on dollar weakness and had this expansion higher, right? That's gold for you. That's gold for you. It's gold for you. Now this is the hourly time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame. You can see how price was choppy from Monday till Thursday before the expansion kicks in. Before price taking out the previous week high, then posting a new all-time high on gold. Yeah. Monday tried to go up, traded down, could not take out previous week low. Tuesday traded higher, takes out Monday's high, consolidated. Wednesday consolidated, tries to go down but could not even take out Tuesday's low. Found support inside this fair value gap from the 4 hour, still matching up with the 1 hour time frame. Found support, traded down again inside this fair value gap, traded higher, found support inside this fair value gap from here, uses it as what? Support to go higher, takes out previous week high. Look at Friday, consolidated. So what am I expecting for gold? Gold is extremely bullish. Higher prices on gold, yeah. Retracement to go to this fair value gap. Something I might watch out for the new week. So so if price will want to then go higher, that will be easy for gold. But mind you, there's still another fair value gap right here, and you can see how these lows are. There's a low, there's a low, there's a low, there's a low. So the new week, I want to see what gold will do. If it wants to pump higher, that will be okay. If it wants to go lower to go higher, that will be okay too. So that will be that for this week's presentation on what price did. You all comment on my videos and give me ideas of different types of videos you want me to do. This is April. So we're about to commence a new month. Thank you for your time, and God bless you, and have a wonderful week. 31, damn.